I started Shintaido in 1986 when I saw a flyer on the wall of a university building at Harvard University, where I was studying Japanese as a part-time student, and I quickly fell in with David Franklin and the Harvard Shintaido Club, and then started going to weekly classes with Michael Thompson. And then after I did Keiko 2 or 3 times a week with them. And then I went to, and I should say I had lived in Japan before for a year and a half, and I was interested in martial arts and studied some martial arts, and I also studied some dance in earlier in life. So those were my sort of dance martial arts. And then I saw a Shintaido demonstration in Harvard Yard, and I thought I saw my dream come true. So so there I was, and I studied with them intensively for for a couple of years, and then I went on to graduate school in journalism at Syracuse for a year and a half. And at that time, I started a Syracuse Shintaido club, and then I found a job. Thought I was moving to San Francisco, and ended up moving to Japan, where I found I found a job at the Japan Times. And my goal had been to do journalism in a town where I could do Shintaido. I thought that was going to be San Francisco, and it turned out to be Tokyo was where I found work. So suddenly I was practicing with the Japanese. And I practiced in Tokyo for 10 years while I worked at the Japan Times. And I also joined a dance company for 5 years of those. And during that time, I convinced Okada Sensei that I really did want to become an instructor. I wasn't Ito Sensei's student or just Ito Sensei's student, that I could be his student. And so he oversaw me as an instructor. So I was an instructor in Tokyo for about 7 years, and I had my own class. And one of my students is Nagako Cooper, who
wow.
She came as a regular student to my class. And so I don't have many students still practicing today, but a few are, and most of them are in Japan, I think. And Nagako is one of them, who's the star. So, and then while I was there, I was editing and writing for the Japan Times, and the Japanese group asked me to participate in a book project that became Total Stick Fighting. And so I was in a way, a technical editor of that. I oversaw the technical translation of kata and the technical instructions. I oversaw the translation of that into English, and I edited the translation of, say, Aoki Sensei's essays on meditation and instruction on spirituality, and that's history and that sort of thing. So I was used to this kind of thing, and I was been made wary because it turned into an enormous project that really consumed me. And ultimately, because I was in charge of the English, though I had the help of people at the publishing house, I was in charge of, ultimately, I knew I would be answering to the overseas practitioners of Shintaido. So I felt a great amount of pressure to make that as good as it could be. And so when, anyway, long story short, when Ito Sensei asked, I believe it was Ito Sensei asked me to participate, or Pierre and Ito pincered me and asked me to participate, I had a great sense of opportunity. I wanted to be participating in all of it, and I wanted to help proofread all of it, but it was such an enormous project, I could only do part of it. And the part I did was in the biographical section.